He got two teams that going to play each other. And was the game last season was tight. It was so tight. Boy, it was tighter than a daggone extra medium shirt I tried to put on, thinking I could go ahead and show my muscles like I done lost a whole bunch of weight to get in it. But guys, I'm going to tell you right now, this game between South Carolina State University and North Carolina Central is going to be something for everybody to sit back and watch, because this game could very well position the team who wins to catapult themselves to go play in the Celebration Bowl against the SWAC champion. Now, remember, last year, these two teams, they played one another, and the game was tight, in which South Carolina State won. Now, listen, these two teams right now, both of them are undefeated in conference play. That's two of them, but they got one more. Howard University is another one that's undefeated in MEAC Conference play, and they play this week as well. But they're not playing against each other. That's currently undefeated. But these two teams here, whoever gets knocked off, boy, they got to get some help from some of these other teams to help them get back in the contention to possibly play for the Celebration Bowl. So you already know what's at stake. And you know Coach Trei Oliver, he's going to come out there with his game plan. Head Coach Buddy Pough, he's going to come out there with his game plan, looking to go ahead and try and catch the other team, try to look at to catch South Carolina State off guard. So you already know this is going to be a good game. But we're going to go ahead and get into what we can expect from this game right after this. You know it's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos, and tap in the free to tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing. Because they're like, Coach, what you got going on over there? What you got brewing? Well, guys, all I know is this. This is going to be a birthday treat for me because I get this game on my birthday. Yes, I get this game on my birthday where I get to sit back and relax and see how this thing going to go down, because you know what? The winner of this game could very well set themselves up in a good position to get back to playing for the Celebration Bowl against the SWAC champion. And I'm saying this right now, South Carolina State and North Carolina Central University is going to be a knockdown, drag out kind of a game. Why do I say that? Because remember, the game last year was close. It was close. South Carolina State got out of there 26-24. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? We got South Carolina State quarterback Corey Fields, last ride, looking to come back and get his team prepared, get them ready to march them right on into a possible chance to play for the Celebration Bowl National Championship once again. Not only that, but Davius Richards, he looking to do the same thing with his North Carolina Central University team, in which this is his last ride. So you already know there's a lot on the line between these two teams who are looking to get back and win that national championship once again. But before we get to that, we got to have a game. And with the game, what can we expect? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Looking at Corey Fields playing this season, I would say the young man has been doing pretty good, just managing the game as best as possible, not making crazy turnovers where it's going to really cost the team to lose a game. Yes, they played some stiff competition that has gotten them prepared, I believe, for this moment, for them to get out there and get some things moving in this game against North Carolina Central University. Not only that, but them young men played against Delaware State last week, and they had 3 running backs. 3. Two of them were freshmen. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm getting beside myself. I think all 3 of these young men are freshmen. Got out there and freaking balled out. Between the 3 of them, them jokers had almost 300 yards rushing the ball, man. Juwan Howard, who is a freshman, had 13 rushes for 119 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then you had Mr. Tyler J. Smith, who had 12 rushes for 122 yards and 1 touchdown. And you had Mr. Shaw, I believe Mr. Josh Shaw. Josh Shaw rushed the ball 11 times. Josh Shaw rushed the ball 11 times for 94 yards and 1 touchdown. Now, if head coach Buddy Pough gets this type of output from that running back core, in this game against North Carolina Central, oh, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem because you already know what's going to happen. They're going to look to eat up the clock. So if head coach Buddy Pough of South Carolina State can get out there and eat that clock up, keeping Davius Richards and that North Carolina Central offense from getting out there on the field and throwing that ball up and down the field or running that ball up and down the field in this game with less opportunities than what North Carolina Central University is hoping they're going to have in this game, guess what? Head coach Buddy Pough and South Carolina State may very well walk up out of there with a win in this game once again. But I'm going to be honest with you. Davius Richards, as well as Mr. Latrell Collier, they're running that ball over there at North Carolina Central like no other. Latrell Collier, if I'm not mistaken, is averaging 5.5 yards. Excuse me, Davis is averaging 5.5 yards per carry, and Collier is averaging 4.7 yards per carry rushing the ball this season. Now, when we talk about running the ball, you got to look at both defenses as far as who's going to get out there and shut down that running game. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I went ahead and looked at, coach look at stats just to see exactly how things are going to stack up in games like this. And I'm going to be honest with you. The stats between these two teams, I just say, you know what? Just take them, throw them out the window. Ain't no need even talking about them. Because so many times before I've seen stats where you got a team that's ranked number 1 on offense, the team ranked number 4 on defense, and guess what? That mess just went out the window. It came down to who was able to scheme and get out there and get out there and finish plays in the manner in which they need to, so that the team can continue to keep moving the ball down the field and putting points on the board. That's what it comes down to in the end, is putting points up on the board and moving that ball up and down the field. And in this instance, I honestly feel both of these teams are really beginning to find stride as far as what they can do. No one in a million years ever imagined to see those three freshman running backs at South Carolina State get out there and put on a show that they put on last week. Not only that, but looking at how the team is starting to gel together from the beginning of the season when they played Jackson State until now. One thing I'll say is this. These young men understand exactly what's going on. Head coach Buddy Pough is truly going to be missed because he's one that gets out there and coach the athletes up. It's not always about the talent, but it's about finding the talent within those players that you're bringing into your program. And that is something I honestly going to miss about head coach Buddy Pough when it comes to the South Carolina State Bulldogs football team. Always an athlete who's being coached up by head coach Buddy Pough that ends up standing out towards the end of the season based on all of the things that head coach Buddy Pough and the coaching staff of South Carolina State has been able to infuse into that young man, helping them understand exactly what needs to be done, how they need to practice, how they need to prepare for games, and just getting them mentally as well as physically prepared to get out there and do that very thing that they need for them to do in order for them to win some games. So trust, I can only imagine what these young men are going to do once that ball kicked off against North Carolina Central. I can only imagine what's going to happen in that game. But you know what? I can't say, hey, South Carolina State's just going to run away with this thing, because you got to remember now, you got Davius Richards and Coach Trei over there at North Carolina Central that's looking to come in this thing and shake up some things as well. Davius Richards and Collier would definitely be a thorn in South Carolina State's side if South Carolina State is not able to stop that run. You got Godbolt as well as Aaron Smith, Evans, who are, I call them the three steps on the defense, in which you got Godbolt at the defensive line position. You got you got Smith, who is the linebacker, and then you got Evans, who's the defensive back, that's going to be out there looking to hunt and make sure Davius Richards and Collier does not get out there and go crazy on them, running the ball up and down the field. One thing that I like about Davius Richards is he spreads the ball around to all of his receivers. He doesn't have a particular receiver that he just goes to all the time. He spreads that ball around to everybody out there on the field. So it's going to be everyone's going to need to make sure that they pay close attention to their assignments when they're out there on the field for South Carolina State in this game. If you do not, there's going to be problems. Same thing goes for North Carolina Central. in which they're going to need to make sure they're able to slow down that three-headed monster that's rushing the ball. And not only that, don't forget, Corey Fields loves to run RPO, so if he rides that ball up into that pocket, he could very well keep that thing, take off and run it himself. And that's something else that head coach Trei Oliver and the North Carolina Central coaching staff is going to have to take a look at as well. Because one thing for certain is this: the number one receiver for Corey Fields, Justin Smith-Brown, went down with an injury last week. So now we're going to see if Kashawn Toney and Jordan Smith are up to the task of getting those additional targets that will be thrown their way by Corey Fields in this game to help move that ball up and down the field at opportune times. In case that running game gets slowed down a little bit, you know you got to open it up with the pass a little, you know, open that thing up with the pass. So we're going to see how that goes as well. This game here is going to be something fun to watch. It's going to be another tight game between these two teams. I honestly feel that whichever team can get out there and make the necessary adjustments on the fly, their team ahead of the change out there on the field when they're calling plays. They're not, you know, behind the chains, like say 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 15 due to a penalty, or 1st and 15 and, you know, now it's 2nd and 13 or something like that. Both teams are going to want to make sure they stay ahead of the change so that they can keep that playbook open for them to, you know, run the necessary plays that they need to run to catch their opposing team defense off guard as far as what they could possibly run in particular instances. We already, you know, people understand that analytics have become such a key thing in sports nowadays. So you can just imagine how people are looking at their scripts saying, hey, you know what, okay, 2nd and 2, they can very well run the ball or throw it. You know, they can go either or, because if they don't complete the pass on 2nd down, they can go ahead and run it on 3rd down. Hopefully they get the daggone 1st down. Hopefully they get the 1st down. You get what I'm saying? But just looking at things from that standpoint, I honestly feel this is going to be a tough game for these two teams. It's going to look to squeeze it's looking to squeeze everything they can out of this game. This is going to be a messy game between these two teams. I honestly feel that. If North Carolina Central can make this messy for South Carolina State, this could very well go in North Carolina Central's favor as far as the winning the game. If South Carolina State is able to get out there and run that ball like they did last week, rushing the ball for almost 300 yards with those three freshman running backs, oh, it's going to be a problem, because now you don't have to put as much pressure on Corey Fields to make plays down the field. You can just allow your running backs to do it for you, and allow Corey Fields just to dink and dunk the ball to the running backs coming out of the backfield, or a receiver that's sitting in a open zone within the North Carolina Central defense. So again, this is going to be one great game to sit back and watch and see what happens. I honestly think Coach Oliver is looking to put a scheme together to where his North Carolina Central team can beat South Carolina State in this game, because this is going to be the last time that these two coaches are going to coach against one another. So again, leave your comments below, letting me know what your score predictions are. I'm putting lunch on the line again this week for this game. Matter of fact, I got lunch on the line for just about every game that I probably go ahead and cover over the next couple of days. I'm going to go ahead and get up on out this thing. But like I said before, don't forget to leave your comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this game and who's going to come out on top. Like I stated before, this is going to be one heck of a game between these two teams. 2 out of the 3 undefeated teams currently in the MEAC, and now we in MEAC play. Oh, this going to be nice. Who's going to come out on top? I'm waiting to see it. But guys, Coach going to go ahead and get up on out this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.